Guys with a spooky look, and hey, welcome to Mash on This, Mashable's daily culture and entertainment show that gives you tomorrow's biggest news stories today. Sponsored by Ally's Hardest Working Dollar. I'm your host, Jeremy Bash, with his own signature lipstick, also known as Dory Greenberg. On Mash on This, we give you a quick rundown of what we think is the best the internet has to offer. So be sure to tell us what you think in the comments, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. Now, let's get into it. We're all aware of Donald Trump's creepy old man tendencies, but now that he's the president of the United States, it's a lot harder to get justice out of him. There is a sexual assault case against Trump, but he now wants to use his presidential immunity to get out of it. Trump's attorney, Mark Kasowitz, submitted a court filing formally requesting a New York judge to halt the defamation suit brought by former contestant on The Apprentice, Summer Zervos. The former reality show contestant says Trump kissed and groped her in a hotel room in 2007. Zervos claims that Trump had invited her to dinner during a visit to Los Angeles, but instead of a restaurant, she says he led her to a private room where the incident allegedly took place. And not only has Trump denied all of the allegations lodged against him, he also decided to smear Zervos while on the campaign trail, all of which has led to her filing the defamation lawsuit. Kasowitz's filing, however, slams Zervos' allegations as a private witch hunt, threatening to interfere with Trump's ability to do his job. But come on, do we really think this case will keep him up at night and affect his shoddy golf game? I doubt it. The kicker here is that Zervos is only seeking $3,000 in damages, which is probably more than her legal fees alone, and has also said she'll completely drop the case if Trump simply acknowledges the truth. And it's almost guaranteed that Trump would never do that because he has proudly publicized his tactics of deny everything and never settle. We wonder if Don Jr. has the same feeling, since only moments ago his full email chain was made public, clearly showing his desire for obtaining damaging information on Hillary Clinton sourced from the Russian government. Not sure if there's executive protection against treason, but I guess we'll wait and see. You watching might already be on your third, fourth cup of coffee this morning after you heard about these new studies that supposedly show how drinking regular decaf coffee could lead to living longer. And I'm here to tell you to put down the cup, open up your ears, and take a big figurative gulp of skepticism. Because all is not as it seems. First of all, studies like this are based on associations, not causation. And as Bruce Lee at Forbes put it, if you think associations prove causation, you are making an ass out of associations. Just because a certain number reported drinking coffee and a similar number was reported to living to a certain age, it does not mean that the coffee influenced that longevity. Next, these studies were large cohort studies where a large group of people check in with researchers periodically over time and provide information via lab tests, doctor exams, or questionnaires. This means that the data for each participant will be limited to what specifically you are collecting. So unless you specifically ask, you will have little knowledge of each person's particular social and professional situations, which can greatly affect health. And one more thing, studies involving health benefits or dangers of coffee are like a dime a dozen nowadays, but rarely do they definitively prove causation. Sure, coffee has its perks, specifically when it comes to its antioxidant count, but it's not like drinking out of the fountain of youth. So drink your coffee with a couple grains of salt, or maybe don't, because that sounds kind of gross. You get what I mean. If you're feeling a weird tingling in your wallet, it's because it's time once again for an update from our sponsor, Ally. Some of you watching might already know about the Ally Hardest Working Dollar sweepstakes, but just in case you don't, here's how it works. Ally puts some special $1 bills into circulation. If you have one, enter your George Washington serial code on the website allyhardestworkingdollar.com to find out whether it could be worth a little or a lot more than just one measly dollar. I've already told you about all the cities that Ally put dollars into circulation. See, here's a map proving that I'm not a liar. And don't underestimate how fast this money can travel, because it can move fast. So no matter where you are, check your dollars. But now, I've got a super juicy secret to share with you. Come closer. Closer. A little birdie told me that by the end of the week, Ally will be adding one more mystery city to the map where more hardest working dollars can be found. Such intrigue, such suspense. Those mystery bucks really could be anywhere in the United States. Could it be this one? Could it be this guy? Who knows? But I'm going to be checking later on to see if I won, and I suggest that you do the same. All right, moving on. I can't help but feel that life would be very different if Hillary Clinton were our current president. But alas, that's not the case. Trump won the election, and confetti never got to rain down on Hillary. Instead, the unused confetti from Hillary's election night is now a work of art. Artist Bunny Burson created the Hillary confetti art so it could be used to inspire future generations of young women to dream big and act on their dreams. But it took Burson 2 weeks to track down the confetti, and she was able to acquire 200 pounds of it for her artwork. Burson's sculpture, titled "And Still I Rise," takes its name from the Maya Angelou Book of Poetry and is displayed 24 hours a day in St. Louis, Missouri. It contains pieces of clear, shiny confetti swirling around in the Bruno David Gallery window. The colorless confetti was chosen to resemble shards of broken glass, which represent the breaking of the hardest glass ceiling, also known as winning the presidency, which hasn't happened yet, but we can all keep dreaming, right? I want to go see that. It's a miracle that anybody is even watching this show right now, because there are millions of people at this very moment going like crazy on Amazon.com right now. Today is indeed Prime Day, where folks can find steep discounts on the gigantic e-commerce site for most products. Except there's one category that's not getting any love with these discounts, and it's sex toys. According to Mashable's own Cassie Murdoch, if you type in sex while searching under Prime Day deals, you won't find a single get-off gadget. And it's not like there isn't a buttload of butt plugs, vibrators, and fleshlights to be found on Amazon. On any given day, you can find so many kinds of pleasure-inducing tools, but for some reason, Amazon doesn't feel that these products are worth celebrating as part of their biggest day of the year. And this is really unfortunate for two reasons. One, because sex toys can be extremely pricey, so any kind of price break is greatly appreciated. And two, this kind of exclusion reinforces the very outdated notion that sex toys are somehow taboo or not the same as any other personal care or wellness product. And this also contributes to the orgasm gap, wherein women have trouble obtaining the same kind of bedroom satisfaction as men. So shame on you, Amazon, for this prudish and honestly kind of offensive move. It almost makes me not want to participate in Prime Day at all. But I probably will, because I'm a sheeple, and you are too. This next story will make you sound so smart when you're out with your friends this week. Take a look at this video, focusing on the clouds that look like ripples. No, they are not alien sound waves from space. They are, in fact, a rare cloud phenomenon that was spotted around Lake Superior yesterday. Better yet, these fluffy things have the most fun name. Are you ready? Undular borer clouds. I really wish I could work in the word undular more in everyday conversation, because it's defined as having the form or movement of waves. And don't we all want life to be a little more wavy? Anyway, back to the undular borer clouds. Here's what they look like here on Earth. These clouds occur when there is a layer of cold air at the ground level, but then something disrupts the cold air layer, such as thunderstorms or a front. These borers can be singular, or there can be many ripples, as was the case on Lake Superior yesterday. So next time you're out and about, throw out this little fun fact about undular clouds, and we promise you won't sound like an undular borer. Whatever, you love it. I'm gonna sing for you now, if you will indulge me, which you will, because you don't really have a choice. And then a hero comes along with no beer to carry on. So he put his beer aside and put it through check baggage. Guys, singing about a real-life hero named Dean. While this Aussie man was traveling from Melbourne to Perth, he successfully checked a single can of Emu export beer as part of his luggage. And the best part is that he just did it to have a good laugh. There's the beer, single can. First, the automated check-in counter wouldn't register the beer can as a bag. So Dan had to think fast and use some creative tray stacking to fool the machine into thinking there was a bag on the conveyor belt. The can then zoomed out of sight and onto the plane. Dean said he wasn't sure if it would make it, but was also fully prepared to submit a lost luggage report if it didn't, like a true legend. He said that if the can was opened and consumed before it got to him, he would be able to forgive the baggage boys for not being able to resist the, quote, bush chook temptation, whatever that means, I don't know. But to Dean's and all of our surprise, the can arrived on the luggage carousel totally undamaged. He even commended the Perth baggage handlers for sending out the can way before any of the other luggage. Dean, not only have you beat the odds and did the impossible, you were a real gentleman about the whole thing. Sorry. It's so inspiring. I'm getting verklempt. I'm so proud of him.